The Royal Road or Royal Route in Kraków, Poland, begins at the northern end of the medieval Old Town and continues south through the center of town towards Wawel Hill, where the old royal residence, Wawel Castle, is located. The Royal Road passes some of the most prominent historic landmarks of Poland's royal capital, providing a suitable background to coronation processions and parades, kings and princes' receptions, foreign envoys and guests of distinction traveling from a far country to their destination at Wawel. The Royal Road starts outside the northern flank of the old city walls in the medieval suburb of Kleparz, now a central district of Kraków. It begins at St. Florian's Church, containing the relics of St. Florian, the patron saint of Poland, miraculously saved numerous times in the 12th, 16th and 17th centuries. St. Florian's Church was also the starting point for royal funeral processions, concluding at Wawel Cathedral. The Royal Road crosses Monaco Square, passes the Academy of Fine Arts on the right-hand side and crosses Bastow Street, to the medieval Barbican. The Gothic-style Barbican, built in 1499, is one of only 3 such fortified outposts still surviving in Europe and also, the best preserved. The road passes the old fortifications through Florianska Gate under a defensive tower. It is the original entrance to the city and the only gate, of the 8 city gates built in the Middle Ages, not dismantled during the 19th century modernization of Kraków. Inside the Old Town, the road continues along Florianska Street and enters the main square, the largest medieval market square in Europe. On the left-hand side, at the northeast corner of the square stands St. Mary's Basilica, home of the oldest and the largest Gothic altarpiece in the world. At the center of the plaza, surrounded by row houses and noble residences, stands the Renaissance cloth hall Sukianis flanked by the town hall tower. The road passes the Romanesque church of St. Wojciech in the southeastern corner of the square, and leads down Grodzka Street along a number of historic landmarks and 2 smaller squares featured on both sides. Grodzka ends at the foot of the Wawel Hill, with the Wawel architectural complex spread above, featuring Wawel Castle with an armory, and the cathedral. Landmarks of the Royal Road. Some of the most revered as well as the lesser-known points of interest and historic landmarks of the city stand on the path of the Royal Road. A more complete list of them would also include the following: Battle of Grunwald Monument at the center of Plural. Modiki, next to the Academy of Fine Arts, right across from Barbican at Bastow Street. Arsenal of the Czartoryski Museum on Pojarska Street adjacent to Florian Gate at the foot of Florianska Street. The Modico Manor Division of the National Museum as well as the Jagiellonian University Museum of Pharmacy on Florianska, and the Hippolyte House Division of the Historical Museum of Kraków across from St. Mary's Basilica, at the entrance to Main Market Square. On the east side of Sukianis Cloth Hall with the freestanding town hall tower protruding from behind, there is the Adam Mickiewicz Monument, one of the best-known bronze monuments in Poland. At the beginning of Grodzka, the Church of St. Wojciech and not far behind, the All Saints Square with Wielopolski Palace and the Church of St. Francis of Assisi on its west side with Shroud of Turin exact replica. Just 3 small city blocks down Grodzka, there's the St. Mary Magdalene Square with the Church of Saints Peter and Paul and the Church of St. Andrew. And, at the end of Grodzka, the Church of St. Giles at Podzim Street. The Royal Road opens up to Wawel Hill towering from above, with the Wawel Castle and the Wawel Cathedral accessible by 2 ascending roads, the east and the west side entrances.